how about that Dazzling, huh? Didn't I tell you she's something?
Hello and welcome to the WIP, the What If podcast. That's a work in progress. I'm your host, BK Big King, the Slim
Did you
James.
come up with these beforehand?
Oh God, no, because I got my man, Andrew the Giant, aka Chicken Whopper, and 6-piece chicken nugget. Sorry, chicken tender.
You really don't come up with these? You just...
Well, I mean, I come up with them before. I didn't write them down. Like the chicken tenders, you know, the ones that are like oblong,
Right.
ovular. Those were the shit. That was me as a kid. Like, because I'm like, oh, burgers are weird. Give me chicken tenders. Because like kids love chicken tenders.
I don't like the chicken sandwich now. It's too long.
Yes. Also, if you cook it, sometimes it gets all puffy. Because I worked at a Burger King, so you get this big puff, and you squeeze it out, and you got this hot chicken grease that's like. And it's watery too. But the chicken Whopper was like a legitimate piece of meat, so we had that going for
Was it though?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
Well, like the chicken sandwich is like, it literally looks like a sponge made of chicken.
Yeah.
On this episode, we're talking Galactus, and for some reason, Dazzler.
I mean, for some reason, all of these episodes should have mention of Dazzler.
Well, you picked up the Dazzler first appearance. What was that? Uncanny X-Men 140, 139,
37, 38, around there. Around 140.
And I picked up Dazzler #1 for a scant $1 due. It was only two pages in before Spider-Man showed up. Because all Marvel comics feature Spider-Man. I don't know if you realize this. He's in there somewhere. He's just peeking.
I didn't see him there.
In our last issue, discussing
He's on that one.
Yeah, discussing What If Volume 2, number 47. He's lumped in with the Marvel.
Wow.
Yeah, he's lumped in with Marvel heroes fighting everybody. Obviously, come on, you think Spider-Man's gonna sit this out?
No way.
I mean, like Nova and all the shitty characters sit him out because they never show up. Like, what were you doing? We're fighting the bad guys, and you're just being canceled? Get out of here. So the Fantastic Four, they got a new movie coming out. I honestly thought this whole project had been canceled because I thought they announced casting and then they were like, oh my god, Limbo and stuff, and then I stopped paying attention.
Well, yeah. Then there was rumors that they started over and were recasting everybody.
What I do know is we got Doctor Doom.
You do?
Yeah, there was a picture leaked. It looks like. Are you familiar with the DC character Spectre?
No.
It's like basically a gray, almost nude sort of. It's like he's wearing the skin replacing spandex, but it's gray, and a green cowl. It's sort of like that. He doesn't look like Doctor Doom at all. He's got like metal maybe wrapped tight to his body and like a shitty pie pan mask.
Yeah.
It's like, what is so goddamn hard about like a simple like suit of armor?
No.
Like just regular, something that's relatively down to earth. Instead, he has like in the original Fantastic Four classic movie.
Yeah.
He not the one that never was released, the Jessica Alba one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had metal that replaced his skin instead, and energy powers. Fuck. Like it's pretty simple. He gets a scar. He wears a suit to like cover it up and shit. Okay, and the suit has weapons. Like it's not that hard. We'll believe you. Give us this instead of like, oh, it's Doctor Doom, but it's actually just a wizard with a green cape. Hey, speaking of characters they botched in Fantastic Four movies.
Wizards with green cape?
No, Galactus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like a mist in the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like I've Netflixed, I should say, because seen's a relative term. I've Netflixed the second Fantastic Four movie, Rise of the Silver Surfer, twice, and technically watched it, but I just get so bored that I don't pay attention, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure stuff happens. I believe you.
Well, plenty of stuff happens, but
none of it's interesting.
even Chris Evans, who was in the movie, couldn't remember who the bad guy was.
Because there wasn't ever really a bad guy. It was like, oh, he might be
bad.
He might be
but
coming.
no, he's not bad.
We always ramble on about Marvel movies here. Will Marvel get the rights back to Spider-Man? I think there's been little scuttlebutts here and there because like Sony loses massive amounts of money on other things, so they might want to be like, hey Marvel, we'll sell these rights back to you. You'll pay us billions of dollars because franchise.
Are they
I
just
don't
gonna
know.
come out with the same movies again?
Yeah, so I was saying, like, if they did, like, do we have to get another origin movie?
Is it even in the works?
Well, no.
I doubt.
It's all just
they would
rumors.
be dumb.
It's because like
Yeah,
Sony's
to
been
get rid of Spider-Man.
Sony's been struggling the past year on like the electronics front, and
Get rid of that. and
Spider-Man-
just do Spider-Man movies.
Spider-Man 2 was like less of a smash than the other Marvel movies. So it's like, yeah,
They need to do Venom and Carnage stuff too.
Well, the Sinister Six is going to be the next thing. So
Sinister Six.
one of them.
yeah. Well, obviously they hit you over the head with hints in the movie.
Yeah.
Hey, here are these vulture wings. Hey, here is all this apparatus we're walking past to get to my goblin glider because that'll help cure me of my bone disease. What?
Who else is?
What's happening?
You get the three dudes that are in the movie: Rhino,
Electro.
Electro, and the Gobbler.
Uh-huh.
And then you see the Vulture's wings
Uh-huh.
and Doctor Octopus
Yeah.
arms.
They have
Yeah.
all the
Yeah, do you-
Five.
do you
all
go
the
back?
suits in the back.
Yeah, so, Mysterio, the Shocker, Sandman, Hydro Man, Craven, so, have at you. In fact, dude, are they even going to do Rhino? Maybe they just blew their Rhino load with Amazing Spider-Man 2.
It's pretty awful.
Yeah.
I didn't
But they're
like
like-
that at all.
He's just a flunky, don't worry about it. But at the same respect, if they did justice by it, he's a guy in a rhino suit running. Just imagine that. Ah, coming to get you, Spider-Man.
Just jump out of the way.
Ah.
Turn
Yeah.
around and run again.
He's like a broke-ass juggernaut because he is stoppable. He doesn't have magic powers. He just has a
Yeah.
suit.
Yeah, I wasn't really digging that.
No, it was pretty awful.
The suit thing. I would think that, utilizing
You got to make it a
mutant
little
stuff.
more believable, I guess.
Or at least make it like mutant style. Like, he's a rhino.
Well, yeah, or even if he had like a closer-fitting armor suit,
Yeah, that was just too much.
instead of looking like he's
Firing fucking rockets.
piloting a transformer or like a Mech Warriors. Is that a toy from our 90s youth? So, Fantastic Four, Galactus. He's got his heralds. There's like Silver Surfer, the original, the OG of heralds. Firelord, Terrax, the Destroyer. He's got an axe.
Mostly people that you've never heard of.
Exactly. Like
Silver Surfer gets all the credit for the
Nova, but not that Nova. Lady Nova, who looks like a golden Silver Surfer, but with fire hair.
Human Torch.
These are probably ones I'd put. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's not even like the Dazzler one, where she was kind of.
Hey guys, you're skipping ahead.
No,
But guess what?
we're right where we need to be.
Our first issue. What if 2006? What if featuring Thor?
I
It's
don't
basically what if Thor were a herald of Galactus? Our cover is very purpley. Art is super cartoony. It's sort of like the Batman the Animated Series,
Yeah.
but with like even weirder fingers,
It
like
kinda-
Spider-Man cartoony fingers, and like
It reminds me of like Fairly Odd Parents.
Square tips.
yeah.
Pretty much like Fairly Odd Parents.
Does Galactus have anything up there in his helmet? Is that all head?
No, because they've shown him without his helmet. He has a regular head. I'm not sure. Maybe he keeps like Ego the Living Planet underneath there in case he gets hungry. A little snack. You know how you keep snacks under your hat, right?
Yeah, right.
As a quick preface, these are from a series of one-shot what-ifs where it wasn't the Watcher. It was some guy accessing other dimensions via the internet. Computers that hacked the mainframe of the universe.
It's like the universe mainframe.
So we open. Galactus is going to eat some Asgard. Thor and friends are fighting off the hordes.
Reed, look, it's Thor!
Stay thy hand, villain. I command thee, halt.
Hordes of what, though? I don't even get what they're fighting. I guess they're fighting some people, and then also, I guess that's
Some kind of robot?
I think that's his, it's either an Asgardian device or possibly one of Galactus's planet-eating devices.
Yeah, contraption.
Yeah. Galactus has a herald that, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be Golden Surfer Lady Nova or some other woman.
It just looks like a woman Silver Surfer without a surfboard.
So, yeah. Silver Woman.
Yeah, Thor refers to her as a she-devil.
Ah, Shiksa, Jezebel. Thor is kicking ass, and Loki's all like, wait, don't destroy Galactus's machine. It'll set off a chain reaction and blow everything up.
Of course.
And my question is, why does anyone still listen to Loki about anything? He's lying to you.
All the time.
Yes. Always. Even when he's not lying to you, it's so that in the future he can lie to you. Like if he's not lying about something directly to you now, he's just manipulating you so that he can lie to you in the future.
Yeah.
Thor's been dealing with this entire life, but he's like, okay. Thor could kill the herald, but he relents and says, death is too good for you. I didn't quite catch what happens to her, but Galactus is like, you should be my herald. I'll give you... He gives him the Silver Surfer special, which is, be my herald and I'll spare your planet/place I'm going to eat.
Spare, Zenla, and I will serve you as a net serves a fisherman. Cast me out into the sea of space, and I will find the new worlds you need.
I am Galactus. My power is limitless. In all the universe, there is nothing I cannot do.
So that's how he gets all his heralds, you know?
Yeah.
Just blackmail.
Heralded.
So as the herald, he doesn't have a hammer, and Thor only chooses backwards thinking, violent, savage planets, which, you know, could be Earth. So he chooses the shitty planets for Galactus to eat, and Galactus is like, I'm on to. But I'm not going to be mad because you're just... I worry about you, Thor, expending all this energy to find me shitty planets to eat. For instance, Galactus eats a planet of dinosaurs.
They're delicious.
They don't have souls. Odin's pet raven, that's so mutant, comes to Galactus' ship and says Asgard is destroyed, Odin is dead. It turns out Loki manipulated Thor to get him out of the way.
Plot twist.
Exactly. So that Loki could take over Asgard. Why does Thor listen to Loki ever about anything? If Loki was like, you know what, I wouldn't have the salmon today. It's a bit on the rubbery side. I'd have the salmon. He's lying to you. He just wants all the salmon for himself because it's delicious. To take back Asgard, Thor wields Mjolnir once more. Thor then releases the imprisoned Balder the Brave and Fat Beard Man.
Wolfpack?
Yeah, that's it. And he tells them to flee to Asgard. No, tells them to flee Asgard for Midgard, aka Earth.
Welcome to Earth.
Exactly. I think like most of the Asgardians are dead, and so he's just like, whoever's left, go. So with Asgard in ruins, Thor's like, I'm gonna allow this to be consumed because it's a disgrace to the memory of what Asgard once was. He's an honorable dude like that. Nothing but frost giants and that jerk Loki. So Thor resumes his mantle as Galactus' herald. I think, you know, Galactus eats all the frost giants.
Greater than even the insatiable appetite of Galactus can withstand.
Maybe Loki, although he usually has a way of wiggling and wriggling his way out of things. I presume Balder the Brave is a hero because he replaces Thor in this universe. Aww. The mighty Balder the Brave. Can you have two the adjectives in your title? The mighty Balder the Brave. So overall, I did not like the cartoony art. It gets a bit silly at times, and it can be a little bit distracting when they have wacky hands.
Yeah, it seemed the animation was like from a children's comic book.
It can work sometimes, but
with the rainbows thrown in there too.
Right.
But yeah, it gets a little excessive with all the
It's like roasted.
like there's a panel here with his face, and it's not. And I don't like it. I don't like the square tipped fingers. Sorry. And we get a little Sophie's Choice with Thor sacrificing his homeland because it's not the honorable place it once was. But like overall, it's nothing particularly memorable. I give it a C-, extra medium. But guess what?
What?
Thor wasn't the only herald of Galactus in this What If series.
Herald of Dazzler.
Exactly. Well, we're heralds of Dazzler because we're only talking about it. So, What If Volume 1, Number 33? What if Dazzler was a herald of Galactus?
Oh.
The cover is a split twofer. Galactus looking super pissed, and Dazzler dazzles, riding a golden starlight highway. And we also get Iron Man fighting off the hordes in What If Iron Man was trapped in the time of King Arthur. But we'll get to that. Not to brag, my copy is pretty crisp. Dazzler. Alison Blair, she turned sound into light.
Yeah.
She first appeared in Uncanny X-Men 130-something, maybe 140. She also had a sweet solo series where she was struggling to become a disco singer in New York. That they need to inject Spider-Man 2 pages in, because,
I'm already bored.
So the Watcher intros us and describes the events taken from Dazzler's number 9 through 11. Gotta pick up that story arc.
Yeah.
Dazzler absorbs Claw, the master of living sound, because he's sound, so she transmutes him into light. But because she absorbs so much energy, she now has super duper powers, and I guess this puts her on Galactus' radar. So he beams her aboard.
Is that what's in his helmet?
His radar. He gives her a little taste of the power cosmic, because Terrax, his former herald, he went rogue, not X-Man rogue. He went solo. Not shitty Spider-Man backup character solo. He went crazy. But he was like, aha, I'm not going to be your herald anymore, Galactus. I've got my own planet, and I'm going to rule it with my battle axe. So Galactus is like, yo, Dazzler, fight Terrax for me. Even though, why don't you do it yourself? You could just...
Yeah, why does he even bother just eat the planet with him on it?
They butt heads, but after, Terrax goes back to Galactus, like, defeated. But in this reality, Galactus banishes him to a black hole, and as a plot point, he drops his battle axe. He's like, yo, Dazzler, you're my herald now. She's like, I don't want to. She's like, don't worry about it, or else I'm going to eat Earth. The Silver Surfer special.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, okay, get that full power cosmic, but still has roller skates and a disco ball medallion around her neck.
Does he just keep threatening
Yeah,
to eat Earth?
I think
Every
so.
time, hey, you don't cut it out, I'm going to eat Earth.
And then Mr. Fantastic's like, I've got this ultimate nullifier, and he's like,
Put that away or I'm going to eat Earth.
So Dazzler's shaken up by this whole planet consumption thing. She's a sensitive.
Get over it or I'm going to eat Earth.
Well, no, but she's still like, she tries to find planets without sentient life, just plant planets.
Or dinosaurs. Soulless dinosaurs.
But Dazzler's heart touches Galactus. He's not just a soulless demigod. And we get a touch of his origin. Apparently he's a citizen of the planet Ta. Taa. His planet was dying, so, cause reasons, he piloted a ship into the sun. Because I guess instead of living on a dying planet, he might as well be walking on the sun.
Yeah.
As Smash Mouth would say. But somehow he's embraced by the star and eventually irrevocably changed into Galactus Man.
Was he always this big? Or did the sun make him big? Because was there a whole planet of people like him?
I'm not sure because
That'd be a big ass planet.
I've also heard or read stuff where he was actually a citizen of he's like the last survivor of the universe before ours, and it collapsed. And so he got super juiced and has his Galactus powers.
With all their spirits.
Exactly.
Like Superman.
But I don't know where the Hunger Games. Yeah, Galactus is always playing Hunger Games.
Like,
Hey.
he's the original winner of the Hunger Games.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna eat your planet unless you become my herald. So I just won the Hunger Games.
So I just won.
So when our boy Terrax was banished, he lost his power axe. Some aliens found it and made a ray gun out of it. It's a cosmic power
What's he gonna
ray
do
gun.
with an axe?
Big
Turn
gun.
it into a gun.
Because it's the power cosmic, it's able to fuck Dazzler up. She's got the power cosmic too, which is like, that's the only power capable of smashing her.
Adamantium cuts adamantium.
Dazzler getting fucked up because Galactus has empathy for her. He destroys the aliens because he's pissed that they fucked up his favorite herald. So Dazzler doesn't like this. He's like, you shouldn't kill all these people. Why didn't he kill Terrax in the first place? So she quits and heads home. But guess what? Earth is dead.
What happens?
Well, it turns out maybe Dazzler has been Galactus' herald for centuries and doesn't have a sense of time because she's flying around in space at near the speed of light.
Oh, okay.
So come back, everyone she knows is dead, and it's brown planet.
Oh.
Oh. She rejoins Galactus, and the end.
This is like I said, they're eating her. It's all dead.
Well, why would he want it?
Well, sure, there's things. There's no people.
Does it explain that he's upset that he procrastinated for so long and never ate her?
She made me do.
So that is that story. But guess what? We got a second part of this double feature. What if Iron Man had been trapped in the time of King Arthur? From Iron Man 149 to 150. Iron Man and Doctor Doom fought onto Doctor Doom's time platform.
I would like a word with you, Stark. I don't have time for whatever petty grudge you're holding against me, Doom. I don't have time.
And they ended up in the time and place of King Arthur. Because he had to transport from Latveria to England. So Iron Man and Doctor Doom eventually combined their armored electronics to make a time machine and get home. Don't worry about how. But in this universe, Doctor Doom turns on Iron Man, and blows him up a little while transporting himself home.
Mid time travel?
Yeah, I don't know how we managed to pull that off. Where like I'm gonna blow you up, but transport myself back in time. Like I think it would be easier. I'd concentrate on the getting back in time first, and then worry about fucking Iron Man.
Ruin everything.
Iron Man says, "I haven't the means to rebuild my own armor, let alone build a time machine." Like that's fairly run-of-the-mill stuff.
Yeah.
Like walk before you run, Tony. Jesus. So clearly, because he's Tony Stark, and this is stress, he hits the bottle pretty hard. He's an alcoholic.
Mead.
Yeah, hits that stein of mead pretty hard. So, after some taunting by Morgana Le Fay, because it's Arthurian, Iron Man helps fight off some barbarian hordes, and he gets knighted by King Arthur as Sir Anthony. And he's got his armor, because it can fly some, but not time travel, you know? It's that
one of those
thing.
things.
It's one of those things, you know? It's like I have my repulsor raised, but time travel just out of reach. Although if he's trying to travel forward in time, he could just look into some sort of cryogenic suspense.
Freeze himself.
Yeah, or Amber, you know, like Jurassic Park.
Right.
Yeah.
Just go start covering himself in tree sap. So Morgana and her incestuous son Mordred attack.
That's two incestuous references.
Yeah, well, Fenris, they're not really incestuous. It's just
Sure.
Well, it could be. It could happen.
So you're not sure.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever a panel in Marvel Comics where they say they haven't had sex with each other.
Exactly.
Mordred is legitimately incestuous, son of King Arthur and his sister Morgana. And I was reading some Arthurian stuff, and apparently King Arthur's into it sometimes. It's like,
His kids do it?
no, having sex with his own sister. He's like, I'll always love you, Morgan, even though we can't be together. Like, you should be pretty grossed out by this and not want to do it again.
Yeah.
Not him.
Well, you do.
He's the king.
Can you tell him not to?
Take what I won't. Gross. So, that incestuous piece of crap Mordred, he has a knife made of the same ebony blade that Marvel character the Black Knight uses.
Is he here?
No.
Is he set in
Well,
Arthurian times?
the original one, yes, but he doesn't show up in this tale, unfortunately, which would be awesome to just toss him in.
Sure he's not walking by in the background or something?
Yeah, in fact, I think he's knighted by King Arthur as Sir Percy, so he should be. Where are you? Come on, step it up.
Yeah,
Especially when this dude, Sir Anthony's coming in and stealing all your thunder.
Exactly. Like I should have
Cut that brother down.
Yeah, because Black Knight has the super weapon, the ebony blade that can cut through anything, and he gets his super blade from Merlin, who's King Arthur's advisor / wizard.
Where that happens at.
So this ebony blade that can cut through anything successfully attacks Iron Man. You know, because otherwise all their stupid gimp middle-aged weapons are just bing off his armor.
Right.
But then Mordred's like yeah, right in the guts.
And you can hit him with a sword and it goes blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, then you start shaking.
Your armor falls off.
But in our climactic battle, it's not about the climate. Arthur is killed by Mordred, and in his dying breath, he decrees King Arthur decrees Iron Man King of England. King Anthony of Britain.
Where's Percy at?
Don't worry about it. He's got his own.
I would be pissed.
Black Knight always gets the shaft in the
must
Marvel
be.
cinematic or Marvel comic book universe.
Is that a black reference?
No, he's
Getting
not
the
actually. Yeah. Jesus. See, I thought you were gonna make another Black Knight Martin Lawrence reference because every time I say anything about him, like, oh, Martin Lawrence. Not everything is about Martin Lawrence.
But he's the Black Knight.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, is that part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Black Knight, sorry, Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, well, he's a shoo-in if they ever make a Black Knight movie.
I'm black and
Which
I'm
they already did.
I'm black and I'm Knight.
That
So,
is what that movie was, right?
I think so.
Black Knight.
I thought it was a
Sir
sequel to a
Percy.
kid in King Arthur's court. So overall, it's a different kind of story. Because like instead of having all your regular Marvel characters, it's King Arthur, Mordred, Morgan Le Fay, maybe some Merlin tossed in, some good old knights and Arthurian action. So I'm a sucker for it. Art serviceable. Why not go for it? At least it's something different than oh my God, Captain America was revived in the '80s and And then, oh my god, everybody gets killed, and oh my god, X-Men, you know.
Yeah.
We got some little change of pace. And speaking of Iron Man, they won't be making an Iron Man 4, and Antonio Sabato Jr. was,
Which makes sense. I mean, just do 3.
Yeah, and then just...
3 of each, and then move on.
Yeah.
You don't need to keep doing.
They still have a Hulk one coming on.
Yeah.
They have.
Yeah, there's other things to make movies out of, like
3 Captain Americas.
Black Panther,
Yeah.
Ant-Man,
They're starting to go in.
Hulk,
They'll probably
like,
do another Thor.
a Ruffalo Hulk movie. I'd like that.
Yeah.
I imagine they might do something like, you know, as I referred to in the X-Men episodes, like soft reboot, maybe, where they recast the character and maybe do a simple story where he fights a bad guy, but not necessarily an origin.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Batman pretty much has enough ways to be done by now. You're all set. You only have about 3 sets of series.
Yeah, but then they just keep going, oh, that was terrible, let's try again. Well,
Look,
that one was bad too. Let's try again.
I can't say the Bane one didn't really get me going as much as
What, Batman and
as
Robin?
much as the Joker one.
Yeah, Batman and Robin.
It didn't get you going as much as Batman Forever. Really anything with Val Kilmer.
Yeah, I mean, they could always, they handed off the Captain America shield to Falcon.
Yeah, in the comics.
You could always do something like that.
Yeah, well, I think that's probably where they're going with either, like, Bucky,
Yeah.
because Bucky was Captain America for a while, and then if they laid this precedent in the comic books, so, oh yeah, Falcon was Captain America for a little bit, then, you know, fanboys can be like, oh my god, and then, you know, if Bucky gets tired, they can be like, oh, Falcon's Captain America now. Look, he's black! We're so progressive! Black!
Bucky's got the arm and the shield. That would be pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's plenty of opportunities. You don't need to ring out Robert Downey Antonio Sabato Jr. all he's worth until on his deathbed. Still got one more in your contract, but 92 years old. You put that on. What are we talking about?
Yeah. Well, the guy from Counting Crows, he looks like Robert Downey Jr. if he did drugs instead of the Iron Man movies. Or he literally looks like a combination of Sideshow Bob and Robert Downey Jr. at this point. Like, yeah, I know you had your 90s white guy dreads, but you gotta rein those in a little bit.
Yeah, you can't keep doing that.
No, you can't.
You're an adult.
Holding on to the dream.
But hopefully, like, if somehow there was a big, you know, shift and Marvel did give back Spider-Man because Sony was running out of money or whatever, like, just cast Andrew Garfield and just do a flashback to his origin or something. We don't need a whole nother fucking origin movie.
It's
That's
possible.
That's one that's overdone because it was two series within 10 years of each other. It's like,
Yeah.
the whole.
They were going to put in they were going to tie in Spider-Man and Fantastic Four in the same universe, since they can do that.
Yeah.
They were going to put the Baxter, well, they were just going to put the Baxter building in the background
Yeah.
during Spider-Man, but they didn't have time.
Well, I thought that
Doesn't
was.
seem like
I thought that was the
would be
Oscorp building in Avengers.
No.
Oh yeah, I guess
You're like,
in subsequent redesigns, the Fantastic Four building does have a big giant 4 on it.
There's also endless Wolverines versus, like, comic books, like, out of control. So if you go on that route, you lose
You'd
his
have
mind,
to-
that's fight 4, and then
you'd
it's 5
have
movies.
to, boy, loses power, like in the, have you seen that,
Death
Death
of
of Wolverine stuff? That's
Uh-huh. So, how long do you give this Death of Wolverine?
Well, not very long. 6 months.
Yeah, because it's just like, oh, they made Falcon Captain America. Well, yeah, until,
Falcon will die.
well, not even that. It'd be like, oh, well,
this is too stressful.
Uh,
I don't want to do it anymore.
Captain America is Steve Rogers again, because don't worry about it. Because nothing ever really changes. Like, they were like, oh my god, Spider-Man's Dr. Octopus. It's not Peter Parker inside. It's a different brain. And that lasted longer than I thought, 2 years or whatever. But still, they went back. 'Cause some things, they never change.
It's just a story. I mean,
May seem
go back to
rearranged in the backwater, something that never change.
So in closing, I will remind you to follow us on Twitter at the Slim James or at giant_size, theslimjames.com, giantsizecomicthings.com. The WIP What If podcast is on iTunes, on Stitcher, on YouTube, and on Vimeo. So go out there and find us. And remember, don't spend the rest of your life asking, what if?